Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the book The Borgias by G J Meyer. Now, I really wanted to like this book. I was excited to buy this book. It was a little long, but I was like, that's fine. I've watched the HBO Showtime series with Jeremy Irons, and I wanted to like this book. I've watched uh, the show, the show based on the Borgias, because that's my favorite actors in it, but I wanted to learn more about the person that became before Rodrigo, and I I found this book to be very boring. There wasn't really a lot. It just seemed to like drag on. It kind of sounded more textbook ish, and I didn't want that in my thing. I wanted a kind of a compelling read about the Borgias and um, about Pope Calixtus and Pope Alexander and crazy battles, and but I found myself not really liking this book. I just found it fairly boring. And that's why I haven't really reviewed it in a while. I read it a while ago and I just didn't review it because I didn't know how to talk about it and how to really put this book, how to how to maybe make I didn't really know what to say. I guess this is the right word. So this book begins before Rodrigo and I believe it was his uncle, became a Borgia pope. Um, before Rodrigo, I think, and just um, it mainly talks about what the Borgias did. And one thing that it talks about that I find kind of interesting, I don't know if this is just a theory or if it can be backed up. Um, but there is a speculation that his children, Lucrezia, um, Cesar, um, Juan, and Joffrey, aren't even his children. Um, he did acknowledge them as his children, but I mean, he acknowledged some people that weren't his children. So I just found that interesting because you always hear about, oh, he had all these children and he acknowledged them, but DNA testing, I don't know if they did DNA testing, but there's like theories that those weren't even his children, I find that fairly interesting. And a lot of the, a lot of the myths about Lucrezia were shown to be and have been proven to be incorrect. Um, Remember, she was living in a time where people hated the Borgias and they thought women were these seductive people that were devious. They said that they came from Eve, they were animalistic, and people hated the Borgias. They thought they were these people from Spain, so they were outsiders, and so a lot of people did not like them. So a lot of that speculation travels down to Lucrezia when there is no evidence that she did any of the things that she has been credited with doing, such as I think there was a rumor that she had a poisonous ring and that she poisoned a bunch of people, which I'm not sure if there's any evidence for that. But I do think that um, the, the family, maybe not Lucrezia herself, that the family were like the mafia. the Borgias were actually what the guy that wrote The Godfather based The Godfather on. So they were like crime mafia family before the mafia became a thing. But I did find this book fairly boring. I didn't. I thought this would be more exciting because I mean they lived in an exciting time period. Um, there was a lot going on because people didn't like them, so you really could have done a lot with this. But I found this book to be very, very boring, and I wasn't able to get my credit back. But whatever. Um, so yeah. So there's not a lot to say about this book. Have you read this book? Let me know. I Let me know what you thought of it, or if you've read any other good books about the Borgias, because I'm not opposed to trying another one out. So that's all I have to say about this book, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.